It's been about 5 months since Canadians really started pulling back from buying US products and traveling to the US. And when it comes to US travel, that boycott is going strong. In fact, I'd argue that's where it's hurting the US the most. But when it comes to US goods and products, lately, I've kind of noticed a bit of a drop off in momentum. That said, today's video is proof that the boycott still has power. And this one grocery store, they're making it a whole lot easier for Canadians to not buy American. Let's take a look.
As shoppers push their carts through the door, Urban Grocer is quietly pushing back,
So we got BC peaches here, first of the season.
steering clear of anything grown in the U.S.
When everything started happening with the tariffs down in the States, we as a company decided to, see what we could do to combat that.
The initial goal to get the U.S. produce down below 20%.
And, we got there and we thought, hey, we can probably get it down to nothing.
Now that's been the case here for 117 days and counting.
117 days. That's how long Urban Grocer has gone without putting a single piece of US produce on their shelves. That's really impressive. And I really wish Save On Foods, Superstore, Sobeys, Safeway, and any other major grocery store across Canada, I wish they would follow this. Now, I've seen some people say it's hard to avoid US produce. There isn't many alternatives. But at this store, they've made it dead simple for you. Everything is either Canadian or sourced from another international supplier. So if you're shopping here, there's absolutely no excuse. You don't have to buy anything from the US, and that's exactly how it should be.
BC Driscoll raspberries,
Promoting local and Canadian picks.
fresh from the Okanagan, really nice right now. We have it all very easily flagged on where it's from, where it's grown, so people can shop with confidence, right? And so it's been really, really good.
It's a sign of what's happening right across the country. According to Nielsen IQ, data shows that by volume, sales for American food products are down by roughly 8.5%.
In a few months, that is huge in food retail. That's a boycott.
But that doesn't mean Canadian producers are reaping the benefits. Instead, other countries are filling the gaps.
You're seeing more products from around the world, from Mexico, Peru, South Africa, Egypt.
Now, I've got no problem with this at all. Sure, I'd love it if everything was bought 100% Canadian, but some things just don't grow in Canada, and that's okay. Because I'd rather buy from Peru, New Zealand, Mexico, South Africa, or anywhere else. Anywhere else but giving my money to the US. If it costs a little bit more, I'll pay for it. If I have to buy a little bit less, I'm fine with that too. Let me know in the comments if you agree.
The new crop for New Zealand apples.
And it
there's a few
hasn't
unique
always
ones.
been easy.
The biggest challenge is supply, getting people to bring it in. And so, yeah, we're taking more than we normally would just to have it, right?
I think it's great because I've seen products I've never seen before.
For now, it's paying off. And even if the appetite for local shifts, this grocer's commitment is firmly planted.
The trend might fall off the cliff, but we're going to stay true to it. You can do it. It takes some effort. It's not easy, but it's well worth it.
I really have to give credit to this grocery store. They're taking on extra stock, even if it means that some of it might not sell, just to make sure their shelves stay free of US products. And it's not easy. There's more paperwork, more logistics, and more effort to get these international products on the shelves. But as the store representative said, it's worth it. Worth it if you're loyal to your country and ready to take a stand. Which brings me back to Save On Foods, Safeway, Superstore, Sobeys, and the rest. If Urban Grocer can do it, why can't you? If you're a Canadian company that claims to support Canadian values, what's stopping you from removing US products altogether? More costs, more work, or is it too inconvenient? Let me know in the comments what you think these other grocery stores should do. Now, it's not just grocery stores. Other retailers are starting to benefit from the Canadians choosing local. Let's take a look at this next report out of Ottawa.
Here you go.
It's shaping up to be a record sales year at this Ottawa gift shop, where almost every item is entirely made in Canada. Hot sellers include patriotic chocolate bars
It's been really popular.
and this elbows up t-shirt.
It's really just a classic shirt you might want to wear out and about.
U.S. President Donald Trump began to anger Canadians back in February by launching a trade war and recommending Canada join the United States.
I think Canada is going to be a very serious contender to be our 51st state.
That sparked a boycott of U.S. goods, so sales here soared and continue to do so, up 80% year over year.
It's like a big hug from your neighbors across the country saying, you know, we're in this together and we're going to protect our country.
Protecting our country means spending and investing in our country. This is how it should be moving forward. For way too long, Canada has relied on the US far too much. Not just trade, our economies have been way too intertwined. Now, I can't speak for everyone, but I think I speak for a lot of Canadians when I say this. My Canadian dollar isn't going to the US anymore, not if I can help it. And shops like this one make that choice a whole lot easier. No more squinting for tiny labels or checking every barcode to see where the product is made. If it's in the store, you already know it's made in Canada.
Boycotts often wane over time, but the Buy Canadian movement remains strong.
And it's something that has persisted. We've seen about 40% of small businesses say that they've seen increased sales in Canadian and locally made products.
For explicitly political reasons, I have been avoiding American products as much as I can. I just got to do the best that I can to support Canada right now.
Many Canadians also continue to avoid U.S. travel. The number of times Canadians visited the U.S. in June compared to last year declined by 22% for air travel and by 33% for land travel.
Now, I know some of you might be wondering about these numbers. My guess? It's an average pull from all of the Canadian-US border crossings. Because in one of my previous videos, we saw the numbers at the BC-Washington-Blaine crossing, and that was down over 40%. So even if this is just an average, it still paints a clear picture. Then that picture says one thing: this isn't changing anytime soon.
People are still traveling. We're just seeing less people traveling to the U.S. and more people traveling to places like Europe.
Part of the reasons why boycotts can be sustained is media attention.
This marketing professor says the boycott largely lives on because Trump is constantly in the news.
Canada is a very tough country to deal with.
It's got some staying power. When Trump calls us the 51st state as a deliberate insult, it is amplified on social media. And so he's actually keeping it top of mind. He's keeping the boycott going.
The question now, just how long will the U.S. boycott last? The answer may be up to Trump.
Well, it's actually true. If it weren't for Donald, I probably would have never created this channel. And if I didn't create this channel, you wouldn't be watching this right now. But even if Donald stayed quiet for the rest of his term, it wouldn't change anything. And let's be honest, we both know he's not going to stay quiet. Which means I'll never run out of content. But bigger than that, this whole mess over the past 6 months had woken up Canada. It made us realize that the US isn't our friend anymore. And it's not just Donald. It's the 77 million Americans who voted for him. They don't see us as allies. They don't even respect us. That's why I said it before. Even if the US elects a Democrat, it doesn't change how I feel. Because I know what tens of millions of Americans really think about us. So for me, I'd rather Canada stand with Europe, Australia, New Zealand, Latin America, and the rest of the world that actually respects us. The mask has come off, and I won't forget. Let me know in the comments if you feel the same way. If this video helped you, go ahead and tap that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. It helps more people see what's really going on. And if you want to know when the next video is up, hit the bell so you don't miss it. And if you're still with me, check out these other videos on your screen now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.